Hey guys, before this video begins, I just want to say thank you so much for all the support you guys have been putting out lately. We are almost at 200 subscribers, which I know compared to a lot of other channels isn't a lot, but at the same time I've only been doing this for almost not even 2 months now, and it's almost crazy the amount of support I'm getting. So, not to waste any more of your time, I just wanted to say thank you. If you do like this, of course like and share. It helps me in the algorithm and all that nonsense with YouTube. But let's get into the video, shall we? Hey guys, it's Infinity, coming at you today with a new video. See, I was thinking about this the last week and I thought, I love followers in Skyrim. There's a mod that allows you to have more than one at a time, which I highly recommend. It will be mentioned in this video, and also of course I probably should mention that it will be down in the description if you wish to use it, but the majority of us who play with mods will probably already have that by now. But if you like having multiple followers like I do, that means you most likely will want to install mods that add very interesting followers to the game. See, one of the very few issues that I have with Skyrim is that its followers that you can pick up half the time aren't really that deep. They're very shallow characters that are really cookie cutter, copy paste, same kind of characters that just use different attacks and different spells and have different voice actors and say one or two different lines compared to another one. They don't really have their own quests, and they aren't Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 4 levels of deep. See, in Skyrim, you could just hire anybody to be your companion, you could do a quest for someone, beat them in a fist fight, and they'll just be like, yes, I will follow you to the ends of the earth. I will follow you into civil wars and such, even though my alignments aren't really with yours, so it doesn't make any sense. But if you have companion mods, a lot of these mods are fixing that issue by making the characters a lot deeper, a lot more interesting, giving them quests, funny dialogue, customly voice acted so that they have their own stories and backstories and interesting weapon types and unique armors and such that are just so much more interesting compared to the stuff that you can find in the base game. And since I love followers and I have so many mods that install followers into the game, I thought, why not do a video talking about my 5 favorite companion mods in all of Skyrim. Now this will be going over stuff that has been out for Skyrim Legendary Edition. There might be some stuff out for Skyrim Special Edition that isn't on Legendary Edition, but a lot of these can be found on both Legendary Edition and Skyrim Special Edition. So go ahead and check them out. I will leave links in the description, but without further ado, let's get into the video. So number 5 on the list is Arlene Dawnstone.
I fear the fires of old once again roam the skies.
I actually really like Arlene. I found her when I first started getting into Skyrim mods, and she's probably one of the most interesting companions you can find in the game. She doesn't rank that high, mostly because she is kind of tied to an area, High Hrothgar. You can find her there when you want to start her as a companion mod. The problem that I have is that, well, it's not so much of an issue as it is a conflict with my game style. I mostly don't do the Dragonlord quests until I feel like I really want to, so half the time when I'm just going around Skyrim, I don't pick her up until I decide to do the Dragonborn quests, because no one goes up to High Hrothgar unless they're going to go talk to the Greybeards, and I don't really go up to High Hrothgar that often in my gameplays. Now, there are gameplays, like if I'm doing a story playthrough, I will do that, and when I do pick her up, she's very interesting. She has lots of custom dialogue towards a lot of actions you take in the game. She's very, I suppose you could say, perceptive to the things that you do, and comments on them like any person normally would. Very realistic in that regard, and her combat and unique armors and weapons that she can give you, and also stuff that she just uses and wears, are very well done, and there's many options for you to install different, I suppose you could say, cosmetic appearances for them. There's many different options when you want to go download the file, and you can go look through it on the page that I will be linking in the description. As for voice acting, her voice acting is top notch. Her story is very interesting and very deep. I think it's very well written, very well done, and the voice actress does a very good job of selling you as to the character and how she behaves and how she thinks.
After I slew King Orgnum, I received word from an anonymous member of his court who knew of my deed and wished my presence on Pyandonia to help them become the next ruler of the same. I had no choice in this matter, and thus set sail to the southern oceans in all due haste. As I drew ever near to my destination, huge strands of kelp threatened to entangle my ship, and I was forced to shoot fans of light that boiled the water ahead of me to clear my path.
She is very realistic, and she is supposedly a different cut from the usual people you will pick up in companion mods. She's very old, mostly because she is an Altmer. She's lived for thousands of years, or hundreds if not, and she has access to a type of magic that not most people use anymore. Very interesting companion. has a very, very well thought out backstory, and has her own kind of thoughts on what's going on around you, which is why she ranks on this list of top 5, although I wish I could rank her higher. My interactions with her aren't, very plentiful. I do know, though, that they're very pleasant from the few I've had. So number 4 on the list is going to be Anna's Interesting NPCs, or Anna's NPCs 3.0.
Yeah, you'd better be sorry.
I'm coming.
Have any Jaren root in there? You'd have been dead in 10 seconds. That's right. Next time you go poking your nose in Nadina's pouch of poisonous plants, it will last. Right. Understand now. Here's a bit of dried beef. Now go on.
This mod, I wish I could rank higher because it is so well done, yet I don't know if it's just my version of it. It's probably my version. But whenever I try to do the custom quests, a lot of the stuff and a lot of the buildings and a lot of the, files and stuff, the quests, they aren't really, they just don't work. They don't work for me. I don't know if there's just an issue with my version, but I'll try to find footage so I can show you. But from what does work, it is very, very well done. It adds in, I think, almost 5 to 10 new companions and a bunch of random NPCs that you can find throughout the world. These NPCs that you can find that aren't companions don't really do anything, but they just add in a lot of interesting stories and add a lot of interesting, I suppose you could say, lore to the world, or your playthrough of the world, I should say. Some of it is, very related to what is canon, and some is just commenting on stuff that is already going on around you. A lot of it isn't really related to a main story, so it doesn't matter, but it's just so interesting to go around the world and talk to some of these NPCs. From the companions that are in the game, I can say they're very well done, very interesting when it comes to their custom voice acting. Their quests that I can't play seem interesting and seem ambitious, but I wish I could rank it higher. It's just they don't work for me, and if you guys know why they aren't working for me, let me know down in the comments, and they're, at least worth checking out in my mind. Like, I think there is a thing where every single time I go through a playthrough of Skyrim, I always pick up Darian because he's one of my favorite companions ever. He comments on things, I like his character, he's a pirate, he drinks rum, and while he does say a lot of the same stuff, he has a lot of interactions between himself and a lot of the other characters that you can pick up in this mod. A lot of the characters in this mod interact with one another very well, very fluidly, and it's all very well thought out. The voice actors and actresses that are working in this mod are very, very talented in my opinion, and while some of their quality isn't the best, you could tell that they're selling their roles very well. I think that they're also very interesting as they have a lot of custom weapons and armor that you can make yourself, and there's just a lot of cool, interesting locations that are added in through this mod as well. Overall, the mod's good, doesn't really work for me too well, at least when it comes to the quests that the characters have, but if you're just having the characters follow you around, they're very interesting and well done companions, and it's just worth checking out. I'll leave a link down in the description. Next up, number 3 is going to be Inigo.
Yes, we will fight side by side again.
Inigo is a very well done companion mod that's actually very recognized in the Skyrim modding community. The voice acting for this mod is very well done. The story is very interesting. It's related to you as a character. And the cool part about the story is when you meet Inigo in the very beginning of the quest, you actually don't have to play along with what he's saying. You can say you don't know him even though he says he knows you, and he will say that he thinks he still owes you for what he's done to you, but you can just pretend that you don't know him, which is kind of cool. His voice acting, like I said, very top quality. A lot of his dialogue and stuff is actually very funny. Adds custom loading screens to the game with his dialogue in the bottom right hand corner. Very skilled in archery, one-handed, and sneaking. One of the things about sneaking is that whenever you go into sneaking, Inigo will whisper. So it's not like you're sneaking around and you have a companion blabbering off at the mouth in a normal tone. No, Inigo thinks about that. He's like, I'm going to whisper now. That's also something I should mention. One of the very few Khajiit companions out there. It's very interesting to see a different cut of companion. This guy's very cool, he's very funny, I like picking him up. I know there's some issues where you try to pick him up in the beginning. He might not follow you, so all you had to do is reload the save or the autosave from before you talk to him and try again. That's the best fix I can offer to you. You'll tell if he's following you or not. If not, there should be plenty of autosaves or a save beforehand that you should be able to use to fix that. As for overall view of the mod and how I like him, comments on a lot of stuff that you do, has just very funny companion overall, and he's just enjoyable, which is something that you want in a companion. He ranks high enough on this list just because he's memorable, and I think I know a couple friends who mod the game who use him a lot, and I don't know, I just think he's worth your time.
We were found abandoned in a smelly shack by a soldier on his way to battle. We melted his heart with our fuzzy little faces, and he carried us to the nearest town. He deposited us at an orphanage, and that is where we spent most of our childhood.
The number 2 spot on this list is going to go to Vilja.
My flute is made of Cyrodiil dogwood, and it is a precious gift from my grandmother. That jerk Haldan stole it from me as a revenge for me not wanting to marry him, and he sold it to a Khajiit bard heading for Skyrim.
I know a lot of people are either gung-ho for Vilja or they don't like Vilja. I'm kind of in the middle, but she has a lot of, I suppose you could say me and her have had a lot of moments together, like memories, where we fought off a lot of stuff, and she's one of the first companion mods I ever installed, both in Oblivion and in Skyrim. So it feels kind of awkward not having her around on adventures, even though she pisses me off sometimes and talks way too much. It's kind of endearing. Plus, if you don't know the backstory to Vilja, it's actually very interesting. See, Vilja was one of the first ever companion mods ever created for Oblivion, which came out before Skyrim if you didn't know. But it's actually kind of interesting because a lot of the writing for Vilja was done by an author named Terry Pratchett, who's done a lot of fantasy novels before. The creator of the mod also, who is also the voice actress for the mod, does a lot of voice acting and obviously made the companion originally for herself actually. But after Terry Pratchett did a lot of writing for it, and after they worked a lot on the mod in general and actually made it very, playable, they actually managed to put it up on the Nexus and it became one of the first ever companion mods for Oblivion, which is why it actually got ported over to Skyrim by the same person, and is just as memorable and endearing as it is in Skyrim as it is in Oblivion. In my opinion, this actually makes the mod a lot more enjoyable, knowing that it's one of the first ever companion mods ever created. But it's also just really nice to have her around, as she's actually very well made. A lot of the stuff that she has to say about the game and what's going on are actually very interesting, and both in Oblivion and Skyrim, she manages to blow me away with a lot of the stuff that she'll notice. Overall, Vilja manages to make it high up in the list because, honestly, I just can't imagine playing Skyrim without Vilja. She might piss me off, she might annoy me, but she's endearing, and I like her, and she's very well made. I don't care if the voice actress is kind of annoying, she still does a very good job and is very talented, and I hope that if you're actually watching this, whoever voices her, that you do a good job. And whenever you see me get upset with Vilja, imagine it, just me getting upset with an old friend. And I hope that you guys check it out, because it is a good mod. And now we make it to the number 1 spot on the list. What is my favorite companion mod in all of Skyrim? Well, I have to say by far, the number 1 spot on this list goes to Marissa, A Tale of Troubles.
What? No fluffy ways are named that. Give her the note, you fluffy trickster. She knew it. Her name is Marissa, not some fluffy.
See, I love this mod, a lot. At first I was kinda, I suppose you say wary of it at first, because it looked kind of weird and a little bit out of place. It just looks like this random, I suppose you could say cat girl kind of mod. And, I'm not normally into that kind of stuff, but after reading why it was recommended on the list of mods that was being recommended to me, I actually kind of got interested. I downloaded the mod and I tried it out, and funnily enough, it was actually the obsolete version. This mod was so good that I actually had to go and download the full version, because it impressed me that much. Most of the time, if I see a mod that isn't in its full version, but it has an okay-ish ending, and I find out there's a better version out, I'm like, I already played through it, it's whatever. But this is actually kind of worth your time. Get the full version, it's very well done, it's very well voice acted, it's a very endearing story, and you actually grow attached to Marissa. I won't spoil too much, but Marissa is a really weird case when it comes to a character, especially a Khajiit. She has a weird appearance, and she's kind of funny in my opinion. She's very well voice acted, she comments on a lot of stuff, including the DLCs, like a lot of these other characters will. I just think that a lot of the stuff that you get from this mod, including weapons, rings, enchantments, interesting interactions, a lot of options, and like there's actually a guide that the creator even made that you can follow to get very specific endings. There are multiple endings to this mod. It's just very well done. I think it's one of the very few companion mods that no matter what, I feel like I have to play through now. Like, there's no questioning it. I have to pick up Marissa, and I have to do her quest just because it's that well done. And I recommend it to you just because I love it so much. Well guys, that was my 5 favorite companion mods in Skyrim. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you guys agree with my picks or try them out and do like them or don't like them, say so in the description. If you have any other recommended companions that you wish people to find out about, also comment that in the description, because those who read the comment section might actually find some interesting companion mods, and I might find some interesting companion mods. I have a good couple of mods. I might do my top 5 favorite quest mods in the future. I might do top 5 favorite quests, top 5 favorite characters in all of Skyrim. I might even do some about Fallout. Just let me know what you guys might want to see. I'm going to be recording a couple other things today. I'm going to get an orc video out probably sometime this week, and I'm also going to be making a video as of the, especially say, fate and how in Elder Scrolls 6 the Emperor's Dragon might make a return, and how he might affect the story in some way, shape, or form. But those videos will be coming out sometime this week. I'm going to be recording them today, and I'm going to edit them sometime this week and get them uploaded sometime this week. Look forward to more content daily, stay tuned for more stuff, and let me know if you guys want to see anything specific. This has been Infinity Break, reminding you all to say it with me now. Play well, eat well, and live well, friends. I hope you guys go out there and strive to break infinity.